Good morning, you guys, or afternoon. It's really afternoon now, but welcome back to the vlog. Today we are going to take you along with us on just like a normal day that we have off. But today's a little bit special because it is our first baby appointment. It's supposed to be like 102 later this afternoon. That's not something we want to work in, so we're gonna go to a baby appointment.
Be good. We ready?
Yep.
Perfect. Let's go.
Okay. Alright, so today is Tuesday. Tuesday is one of the 2 days that we actually have off together. So what we usually end up doing these days is if we can get some stuff done around the house, we will, but it also includes going and running errands, getting normal life stuff done that we both need to be there for, and basically just organizing the house, because if you run a homestead, you obviously know life gets busy and your dish pile starts looking like Mount Everest, and it also copies your laundry pile. So we try to set aside some time during Tuesday or Saturday to get that done, and we have an event going on this Saturday, so we will not be available for that. And we had an event last Sunday, so we were not able to do that. But we're also going for baby checkup number 1. How you feeling about baby checkup number 1?
I'm excited.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got any concerns?
Not really. I think the first exam is just like kind of like an overall physical exam. Like just check and make sure everything's still looking good, sounding good. If there's anything we should be concerned about at this point, but I don't think so. I'm having to drive today because Josh's driving was making me nauseous, and we weren't even to the highway yet, and we live like 5 minutes from the highway, so that's fun. That's the only thing is, like, I'm still experiencing some nausea, and with that comes vomiting, so I was like, I really don't want to throw up today.
The least amount of vomiting we can have in the car, the better. So
Yes.
I told her, I said, why don't you just go ahead and drive? That way I can film, I can fill you guys in. We're going to be using a midwife service, so that's going to be taking place. Basically what we signed up for is she will come to the house, do the birthing stuff there at the house when the time is ready, but all the other things like blood work or check-ins or anything like that, unless we have complications or something, I believe, are going to be done at their offices. So we'll travel there to go get all that done. And then when it's time to have baby, she'll come to the house and we'll have baby.
Yeah, so we plan to do a home birth.
Yeah, home birth for us. We feel like it's something that we both really want to do, but I told Jordan it's her decision if she wanted to have a home birth or if she wanted to do anything else. That was totally up to her. So she decided to go with the home birth. It was a little struggle at first finding a midwife.
Finding one that sounded like it would be a good fit. We did interview a couple of midwives, and there was this one that like just gave us the weirdest questions and like required her moms to be on a certain diet, and we looked it up after the interview, and I looked at Josh and I said, I don't have time for this. Nobody got time for that. We live a busy lifestyle anyways, and I do watch what I eat, and I try to make sure that it's good, healthy, nutrient-dense foods. And so being on a restricted diet of like having to measure out, a quarter cup of this and half a pound of that and only 12 of these, I felt like that was a little extreme for what we're capable of doing at this point in time.
Besides, we have a pretty extensive garden, so I think we'll be able to get some nutrient-dense food in there.
Well, and
For sure.
that and pastured meat. We're putting a bunch of chickens in the freezer this weekend. And we have 50 more that will go in the freezer in 7 weeks.
Yep.
So.
And then we've got 50 more coming after that.
And we've got a pig and we've got some goats that'll go into the freezer before baby comes. So.
Yeah. So we've got the meat taken care of for sure. Plus, we met a guy at the farmer's market he and his son are actually looking at getting into doing Dexter cows, and they're hoping to do their first of many slaughters in the coming year. So we've gotten in contact with him. He's doing like cow shares, like half cows, quarter cows. I don't know if they're doing 8 cows or not, but so we're gonna talk to him. He raises his stuff exactly the same way that we would if we were gonna do it, it seems. So excited about that because we don't have a lot of that in our area, especially not in our budget anyways.
It's hard to find grass-fed, grass-finished beef within an hour of us. So we're very excited about having met him. But they also have an organic blackberry operation. So we've gotten quite a few blackberries from him. We've bought some, and then at the end of the market, every Saturday, he just walks around and hands out pints to everybody. So I think we've got like 15 pints of blackberries in our freezer right now.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about doing the farmer's market is not only like being able to take the excess and make some money from it, but also basically at the end of the day, if anybody has anything left over, there's a lot of bartering that goes on. There's a lot of giving away that goes on. So needless to say, we are not going hungry, and we are not going we don't have a certain strict diet that we're on. It's a wide variety of different items.
Yeah. Actually, this morning for breakfast, our sweet friend Bonnie had brought over a loaf of sourdough bread, and we had made burgers and used the bread as the bun, but then we still had a half a loaf of it. And so this morning I made some French toast with it, with our eggs and our goat's milk. And then I took some organic blueberries from last season that we had in the freezer still, and then some of the blackberries that we had put in the freezer. And I made a blackberry blueberry syrup to put on them with some local honey, and it was so good.
Yeah,
it was really, really
it was
good.
really, really good. So, but first thing we're gonna do before we get to the baby stuff, we gotta stop off, run some errands at Tractor Supply. We need a couple of different things from there, and then we're gonna try to go by Walmart. We'll see what time it is, but if not, we'll hit it on the way back. So we're gonna try to film as much baby stuff as possible. We haven't told them anything about our YouTube channel or anything, so we'll conversate with them when we get there.
So you may or may not see this part of the video.
Yeah, you may or may not see a lot of baby stuff as far as our appointments go, but we want to be respectful and make sure that we stick to the rules as far as what we can film and what we don't get to film. We did do an early ultrasound at what would you call them?
Basically just like a Christian pregnancy center. So when we went to the first ultrasound, it was really cool because the baby was far enough along developed that it looked like a baby. And we were all just laughing because it just looked like it was just hanging out in a little hammock. It literally had like one hand behind its head, and it looked like it was trying to suck the other hand. And it just was so funny, but we got to see it like try to move around and try to turn over, and that was just a really cool experience to have. And I think that it was almost a good thing that we waited to go, because that way we were far enough along that it looked more like a baby instead of like a little jelly bean in there. So that was fun. What did you think of the experience?
Well, what I thought was funny was the same way the baby was sitting in the womb, besides sucking its thumb, was the exact same way I was sitting in the chair watching the video. So yeah.
They had a nice little couch for you to sit on, though.
Yeah, so it was cool. It was cool. The baby goat was jumping around, and everybody was excited, and the ladies were really excited because they're used to having really early pregnancy
Ultrasounds.
women come in and really early ultrasounds done, so they don't normally get to see baby in its full form. So they usually get the little jelly bean. So they thought that was fun and exciting. So
And we did get a really cool view of the umbilical cord. It moved just right so that you could see the umbilical cord and you could see the blood moving through it. That was really awesome. And we got to hear the heartbeat. And it was beating at 157 beats per minute. So, which is really cool. We took the camera, and Josh forgot a card for it. So you guys didn't get to experience that with us.
Well, it worked out too. We actually couldn't film there, so it ended up working out that I didn't bring the card. Sorry. Thank you for pointing that out. No, sometimes I pick up the camera and I forget that I've been editing or something, and then I don't have a card in it. So, but hopefully today we'll get to film some of it. So that's exciting. We'll have to see how it goes. So we will keep you guys up to date. I had to stop by the seeds. I had to get some more basil because my wife put all of the herbs and the flowers in this accordion folder. I don't know where I put it. She doesn't know where she put it. So I was like, I'm at least gonna get some basil because we have no herbs at all. Alright, so we made it back and we're gonna do some stuff inside because it's still really hot. But I'm gonna be gathering some seeds real quick. So this is our broccoli that we let go to seed as best as we could, but if you can see right there, I've got some seed pods in here. So I'm gonna collect some of these seed pods. This is purple broccoli, and we didn't get any heads, but we let it all go to seed because this is one of our favorite varieties of broccoli, and we're hoping this year to do a pretty big fall harvest of purple broccoli in the front garden. Anything that comes into this little raised bed back here, we just let go all summer and spring in the hopes that we would get seeds. And it looks like we've got quite a few in here, so I'm going to cut this whole branch off and then we're going to save them, use them for our fall planting, and we'll do that with a couple of other vegetables that we actually really wanted to. And we're planning on putting asparagus in here too. I have some asparagus started from seed, so I'm looking forward to that. Alright, so here we go. We got some seed pods. Some have already opened up, but we're going to save the rest of them. And then the other thing we're trying this year is we have some green ones over there. I've let them go for a pretty long time. And what I'm thinking about doing is harvesting them a little bit earlier than this. And then I'll put them in the dehydrator and we'll try them out. I think they'll still work because basically at this point they're just dehydrating anyways in the sun. So we're going to try it. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to give it a try. Hello, baby mama.
Hey.
Alright, you want to tell them about your thing?
Yeah. Should I sit up?
Yeah, I'm not going to hold it for you.
So I'm hanging out on the couch now because I'm tired and it's hot out. Appointment went really well and we were there for 2.5 hours, and primarily because we just really hit it off. I'm super excited. I really like the midwife that we found. I think she's a perfect fit. She already knows a lot about homesteading. Funny thing, she's a Justin Rhodes fan. And as soon as we told her we had a YouTube channel, she was like, "What is it? I need to look it up right now." So that was kind of fun. And then it just was really good. It was a really good time and experience. She asked us about our journey and how we ended up where we are. It was just really good. She asked us our story on how we ended up here with our squeaky dishwasher, and we told her how we graduated from college and moved to New York, and then we moved to North Carolina, and how we are here. We also discussed different tests. The awesome thing is, instead of everything being forced, it's all optional. So today we did a urinalysis and we did some blood work. just to do a full panel of the basics and also check my vitamin D levels. And it was nice to actually have a say-so in what was done today and what will be done in the coming weeks. Something really cool, around 28 weeks they do the glucosamine test. I have the option to do it at home and just measure my own levels, and I also have the option to eat different things instead of having to take the drink. So I'm really excited about that, honestly, because I feel like that makes a huge difference, especially if you're wanting to go more holistic and natural with your pregnancy. We also talked about the next ultrasound, and the next time we'll have a appointment there. So we get to schedule our next ultrasound like within the next 4 weeks, and that one will be at a different doctor's office, but that one will actually be looking more at, she called it an anatomy ultrasound, where they just look more at like making sure the baby has all of the important organs, and make sure the brain is functioning, and make sure you know, the placenta is in a good place, and also getting to find out the gender. That's something that we would like to do, is find out the gender. I'm not sure if we're going to announce it or not. I'm excited for that and excited for our next appointment. They also want to come out and just kind of get a tour of the homestead too. They're super excited about what we do. And when I was explaining to her about the planning and preparing we've been doing for bringing home a baby and having a baby here, is really making plans for some of our larger animals to go to the freezer, and making plans for the garden, and having food that will be readily available to make soups and stews once baby's here. So that way I can really focus on resting and recovering after giving birth. So she was really, really excited about that. She said not very many moms do that, and it's super important that you do. So she's really excited. I'm excited to share the clip of listening to baby's heartbeat. So she said it was good and in the good range. 120 to 160 is the range, and it was 156.
About 156, which is completely normal. Okay, sounds good.
So blood pressure was good, my heart rate was good. She said the top of my uterus was right where she would expect it to be for the size that baby is now. So just, it was a good appointment. And after the blood draw though, I did need some orange juice and some crackers. I'm not very good with having my blood drawn, but we got enough drawn for the different tests that they needed to do. And we're excited for the next appointment.
All right, ma'am. What are you making?
I am making baked salmon.
Oh,
so
you're going fancy.
It's got parsley, chopped garlic, and then a little bit of turmeric, and then salt and pepper and olive oil. And I'm putting
fresh limes.
Lemons. Lemons.
Lemons.
Lemons, Mr. Kelly.
Looks good.
Yeah, so it should be good. I'll save this part to do a last little spritz.
Okay. Alright, we're gonna eat our lovely dinner. Probably gonna make some more cheese after dinner. I don't know if I'll get the canning tonight or not, but are you ready for this yummy din din? Thank you guys for joining us today. We're gonna enjoy our dinner, and until next time, we'll see you in the next video, you guys.
See you later.